Hi, my name's Simon. I'm an engineer at Jadu, and today I'm going to show you some changes we've made to data retention in Xforms Professional. So, if we go to a ready-made form, we can add the data retention action as we normally would. We go to data retention, and we've got some policies that we'd set up earlier. So, let's take a look at a policy. So we've got four options: progress, period, status, and for. So progress is a pretty simple option. It's completed or started. Started will remove a form regardless of whether the user actually submitted it or not. Completed will only delete submitted forms. We've got period, which is fairly self-explanatory. We can choose a number of hours, days, weeks, months, or years to retain the data for. Any data that fits the criteria after the period that we set, for example, started forms after 1 year, we'll remove them for all users. We save. We've got a new policy updated. We go to policy 2. We could delete completed forms that have been completed after 1 day in all states. So regardless of whether we've approved it, declined it, terminated it, put it into progress, etc. Again, we could choose that for all users. We can also say, let's delete all started forms for 1 hour in all states for everyone. And we can get rid of this redundant policy here. So this bottom policy will delete any form that hasn't been completed after 1 hour. So this is handy if you get a lot of form submissions and you get a lot of incompleted form submissions. It means that you're not holding on to data that a user's obviously not submitted. After an hour, their cookie is probably expired, their session's probably expired, so they won't be able to get back to this form. So unless you're really interested in the partially received data, it's probably not worth keeping. So the new improvements to data retention will no longer delete the entire record, which was what previously happened. The received user form would just be removed from the database and any other linked entries. What now happens is we will blank out the user questions and answers, so we don't know the responses. We remove any identifying information, so the receipt email address. If the user is registered, we will remove their ID. And also we will remove the IP address, etc. So the reason that we've done this is so that there is still a record of how many submissions you've had when you've had submissions. It means that if there's, for example, a link to an e-payments order, we don't lose that connection between a form submission and an order, even though both the order and the form submission will have had the user data removed. So, data retention has had time to run and remove the form. So if we go into our web reference 1, the original form, we can see that the form details are gone. There's no more questions or answer details. The status is gone. The receipt email address would be removed. There's no IP address. So data retention has removed all of the identifying and sensitive information from the form. We can obviously remove policies if they're no longer relevant or if they're removing too much data. And if we no longer require data retention at all for a form, we can just remove the action. And then the tab will disappear. This has been a summary of some of the new features for data retention we added in XFP Continuum number 5. This is released every 2 weeks on our continuous release cycle. This is the sort of thing that we'll add in a bi-weekly release, and we hope to add many more features similar to this and many more improvements. Thanks for watching.